Hi friends, welcome back to another Pick a Card Tarot reading. My name is Juno and this is Junodrome Intuitive Arts. Today we're going to be doing a really great Pick a Card Tarot reading. We're going to be looking at what your shadow self wants to say. Spooky, spooky for spooky season. Not to be so scary though. Your shadow self is simply the parts of yourself that you're not wanting to look at. The parts of you that have been buried in the subconscious. So the things that exist in the subconscious are things that we don't want to look at. They're not always bad. In fact, a lot of them may be some blocked, really wonderful things, but something's going on that's keeping you from seeing them. So take a look at the piles to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. If you would like more time to choose your pile, you can pause this video now. Otherwise, go down to the description section of this video. In the description, you can find a link to where in the video your reading exists. At the end of this video, there is an extended card selection. You can click on that part of the video at the very end if you want some more time to choose your pile. Otherwise, I will see you there. Bye. Hi there, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the pile with this snake card. We're going into messages from your shadow self. What does your shadow self need to tell you? I'd said a little bit in the introduction, but your shadow self is the part of yourself that is buried in the subconscious that you don't want to look at. Sometimes these are difficult things that we don't want to see about ourselves, but sometimes they're actually really wonderful things that are just simply blocked because of some kind of thing going on in the subconscious that's telling us we can't have it, we can't look at it. And as soon as we can work through these things, the more we can come to a better understanding of ourselves, free ourselves from these burdens, and become a more whole, free self. So for you, you chose this card with the snake, and it says, welcome change. So something's going on with your shadow self. The part that you don't want to look at is maybe something that needs to change. And maybe it's something you're afraid to change within yourself. But if you finally embrace this change, it could lead to some really powerful, wonderful outcome that could be transformative to your life and actually move you in a direction you want instead of keeping you stuck in a place you don't want to be. So let's take a look now at your oracle cards and your tarot, and we'll get a better understanding on what's happening here. So we're going to look at your oracle cards first for a better understanding of the themes. And interesting, right out of the bat, we have this message that says body care. So something that you don't want to look at right now, something that's stuck in your subconscious, your shadow, is the fact that it is deeply important for you to take care of your body. And maybe you're not eating right, maybe you're not thinking about your health, maybe you're drinking too much, doing too many substances, any of that kind of thing. Body care is coming in to let you know that you might need to make a change in your physical body. There might be something going on where you're not wanting to look at the importance of maintaining and keeping a healthy physical body. And it's really easy to do. This is something that, you don't need to harangue yourself over. It could be very simply that you're really busy at work and you've dedicated your entire mind to thinking about that. And so you're not even considering your body right now. And that could be suffering from that, right? So it's really easy to fall into this right now, but there's something about your shadow that's coming in to tell you, hey, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're thinking about your physical form, because your body is important here, and there may be a few changes that need to be made in the physical maintenance of your body. Just think of it like taking a shower. Honestly, that's kind of how I think of my health. Is like, there's a certain point where you go too far and you're just really gross, right? And you have to take a shower. But as soon as you start to take a shower, right, then you feel great. So, it's not quite as instantaneous as a shower when you start taking care of your body, but it's something that needs to be maintained in the same way, or like brushing your teeth or something like that, right? And where if you don't maintain it, there are negative consequences in the long run. So just be sure that you're taking care of your body and your physical form. There's some important messages in that. We also have perception, and we have ascension. Okay, so your shadow also needs to talk about the importance of how you are perceiving your life and your situation right now. And I think maybe a part of that with the body care is there's some aspect of your life that you're probably currently ignoring, and it has to do with how you are maintaining the way in which you experience or understand yourself and your life and your situation. And there's a moment coming here where if you make a change in the way that you think about your day-to-day life, it changes everything, right? With that Ascension card, it's almost like you have this aspect in your future that's possible if you tune into, by the way that you look at things. What I mean here is be careful about what your expectations are of yourself and of your life and what you believe is possible for yourself. I'm getting a little bit here that there could be some self-limiting belief going on where you may not believe, and this is subconscious stuff, this isn't necessarily consciously, but subconsciously you may not believe that you are worthy of what you want, or that you are capable of having a spiritual connection, or that you're not good enough for something. There's a feeling of you're not good enough. And that might be a part of where your body's coming into, is like, it's like, oh, I'm not good enough to take care of myself that way. And I just don't even want to think about it because I'm not one of those people, right? It's not me. I'm not good enough for that. That's not for me, right? There's a little bit of that feeling here. And it's important to remember that you are good enough for that, first of all, that there's no difference between you and someone who does take care of themselves except the act of taking care of themselves, right? There's no inherent thing that makes someone else more worthy than you of anything in this life, frankly. I don't think so. I think we're all equal here in the long run. And I'm disgusted by the people who don't believe the same thing that I do, honestly. I'm just at that point in my life. I don't know if you are, but this world right now and the people around, revealing themselves in the world, that's a different story. But, you're worthy of this. You're worthy of love. You are. And so let's look at the tarot. You got the Hanged Man. Yeah, there it is. 9 of Pentacles. Yep. The World. And the 3 of Pentacles. So, there's definitely some really encouraging messages here. So when it comes to the shadow, like I was saying, these are things that are buried. They could be old things. This could be stuff you already know about. This is probably all stuff you know and that you're working on and that you're working through. So don't sweat it too hard here. But this low self-worth thing really is bouncing around the subconscious right now for you, whether you know it or not. And so the self-worth thing does need to be addressed, focused on, thought about, moved through, and released. And, with the World card, that's very, very encouraging because it's telling me that you are coming up on a graduation. You are learning this lesson. This lesson will be learned in this lifetime. That's what I get from this. Now, whether or not this is going to be an immediate thing or not, that's up to you. That's up to what's going on. But I do think a big part of this life cycle for you is learning this lesson and moving on from it, learning self-worth, learning that you are worthy of taking care of yourself, learning that you are worthy of feeling good physically, emotionally, spiritually. You are worthy of feeling good. And with this card here, with the 9 of Pentacles, this is a part of what you are here to learn how to do in this life, is to feel good, to learn to feel good about yourself and not worry about what that's going to mean to other people. That's so huge here. With the 9 of Pentacles, she is basking in her own private garden. Yeah, she cares about she cares about others, but she doesn't care about what they think. She shares empathy, she shares compassion, but she's not afraid to go it alone and love the things that she loves, even if she's all by herself doing it. And in fact, sometimes she just wants to be all by herself doing it because other people aren't getting in the way. With that Hanged Man card, I do think that this is a period that you're in right now of feeling stuck in some dimension, and it's because there's this self-limiting belief that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough. And I do feel like you will come out of this at some point. And the thing is, you may need to surround yourself with better people. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who reflect this feeling of feeling good. And it's a reciprocal thing. Sometimes we surround ourselves with the people we think we deserve, even subconsciously. So if you're around a bunch of people you don't like, that might be an invitation for you to explore this a little bit more. That might be an in for you to really start to think, why? Why am I around these people? Why do I want this in my life? And if I don't like this, how do I change this? How can I move out of this? I don't have to be here. That's something you can tell yourself. I don't have to be here. If I don't like where I am, I don't have to be here. You don't. You can move in any direction for yourself. We got more tarot. We got the 10 of Wands. So yeah, this is about being overburdened. This is an energy of burdens. And it's about carrying too much. And so if you're carrying too many things in your life, if you are working too hard, right? I did feel a little bit of that working too hard energy at the very beginning here. If you are doing that, if you are taking on too much, that's something that is worth exploring consciously, really, because it might be an into where this subconscious self-limiting belief is coming from, because that carrying too many things is sort of like, well, why do you feel that you are the only one, either A, the only one who's capable of doing that, or B, the only one who needs to be responsible? Because oftentimes when we're carrying that many wands, it's because we don't want to ask for help, or we don't want to look for others to do the work, or we don't want to have other people doing it, or we can't for some reason. And so that might be a part of where this self-limiting belief is damaging you into this life, and where this movement into balance could help you is by learning how to delegate, ask for help, get others involved. There's a lot of that here. Okay, so there's 3 more tarot. Let's take a look. 8 of Swords. Okay, a bit of a repeat energy, but that's all right. We can take it. Page of Swords. All right, some new understandings coming in here. That's great. And the Empress. So with these, that 8 of Swords, it's feeling stuck. But the thing about it that's an important message that we haven't learned yet in this reading is that the 8 of Swords, she is stuck kind of by choice. It's not that she necessarily chose to tie herself to a sword, which isn't in this picture, but in others, and blindfold herself, but they did not tie her very tightly. And so you can only imagine that the person who tied her there fully knew that she could get out if she wanted to, but she's just choosing to stay there. So a part of where this stuck energy is sort of like, you may have gotten many invitations to work through this shadow before. And like I said, you may have already started this work. And so this could just be repeat messages reminding you that this is still here. But you're in the driver's seat. You can move out of this. And it's going to come by changing your mind and changing your perspective. Now, that's not always easy, but you do have the tools at your disposal to do this. And the tools are coming from the Empress. She's creative. She births new things into the world. And so you may need to imagine what a future without this self-limiting belief would look like and birth that imagination into this world. That could be what could help you. That the Page of Swords could be a new way of experiencing yourself and understanding yourself and using that as a catalyst and catapult into a new way of being. So that is where you can change the way that you've been feeling and move into a clearer understanding. So pile number 1, that was my reading for you. I hope that it was helpful. It really does feel as though you have the ability to move out of this, that this may be a repeat understanding of something. And so if that's true, just know the more that you put in the work, the more that it gets better, and you will move through it. This is something that you're going to move through in this lifetime with that World card. It may take a while, but this is a cycle that you are destined to break from. So just have faith and use that knowledge to help you move through this, to do the work you need to do, and come out on the other side. So anyway, pile number 1, that was my reading for you. Let me know in the comments what you think either way. I love hearing from everybody. There's a last minute call for entering into the drawing to win a free personal reading from me. You can find a link to my website, www.junodrome.com, in the description section with a link on how to enter that. The winners will be announced November 1st. So depending on when you're seeing this video, that's coming up very, very soon. And finally, consider giving this video a like. The more likes we can get, the more the algorithm sends it out and gets more people to see, which really does help. And then finally, if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. That really helps me out. Okay, friends, I'll catch you later. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the pile with this apple card. This is going to be a tarot reading telling you what your shadow self needs you to know. So your shadow in spirituality is simply the parts of your subconscious that you're not wanting to look at. The parts of yourself that you have buried because you don't want to see them, you don't want to look at them. Now, sometimes that can sound a little scary, but sometimes they're actually really wonderful, cool things that are simply things that are in the shadow because we don't want to face them for some reason. Maybe society has rejected us and we then reject parts of ourselves because of that, right? In the subconscious, we don't even think about it. So we're going to take a look at that. You chose the card with this apple and it says, nourish your soul. So a part of your shadow self that wants to speak to you today is a deeply important piece of you that is not being nourished. It's a part of your soul that you are not tending to for some reason. Maybe a part of yourself that you have rejected for some reason, and it's something that's deeply important that needs to speak to you today. So we're going to dive into your oracle cards and your tarot cards to figure out what this part of yourself is and what it needs to tell you. Okay, so we're going to look at your oracle cards first. Pile number 2, you got a lot of cards, so your shadow self has a lot to say. So hopefully we'll do it pretty succinctly. All right, so with the Shamanic Healing Oracle, we have changes. You may want to check out pile number 1, not necessarily, but they got a message about change, but we'll keep looking. Changes, let's just put all the oracles out first. Listening, surrender and release, and divine timing. Yeah, okay. So the part of you that's in shadow is a part of you that is asking to be released, ultimately. There are parts of yourselves that you are not listening to that want to be heard, and they require some changes of you. With the divine timing too, this is feeling as though you are looking to manifest something. I feel that. There's something that you're trying to bring in to your life, and it's not coming in because it's not the right time. And I know that's not necessarily a shadow self message, but that's important to come in here because it's almost as though, okay. You may have given up on a dream. There could be a dream that you had at one point that didn't come in soon enough, didn't happen in the right time, maybe seemingly failed. And so you may have taken a turn at some point and pushed this part of you into your shadow. And because of that, you may be feeling a little bit numb, a little bit stuck in certain parts of yourself. And so this shadow self message right here is coming up to let you know that even if you feel like you've given up on this dream, it's not done. With the divine timing, it's almost like, actually, this isn't gone. And with the listening card, there's an opportunity to hear a new song. It may not look the same, right? With the changes, it may not look like how things used to be, but your dreams are never quite dead. Even if you feel like they are. That's an interesting message. Even if you've put something aside, even if you said, oh, it's not possible, I give up, they are only dead when you're dead. And so if you're still here, they're still here because they're a part of you. It's a part of your soul. And you are being asked a little bit here to surrender this idea that things aren't possible for you, and to listen closer to what your soul's message is trying to share with you in this. Now, your dreams don't necessarily have to look the way that you were expecting, and in fact, a big part of probably why they didn't come in the first place is because you had too heavy of an expectation around them, and too much of an idea of what things were supposed to look like, and too holding tight to a system of thought that brought you to the point where you were willing to give it all up. And so there's a change needed in the way that you experience ideas, and a change in your understanding in order to tap back into this. But this is an integral part of your soul. And so there's an aspect of this thing, even if it doesn't look like the way that you wanted it to before, this doesn't have to be picking up the same thing. But by giving up part of this dream, you didn't just give up a dream, you gave up a part of your soul. You've rejected a part of your soul that's there, and it's been pushed into the shadow. And it doesn't need to be there. It doesn't want to be there. And the more that it stays there, the more that it burns you. It burns your opportunities. It burns your hope. It burns your views of possibilities, because it's a rejected part of your soul that needs to be expressed. Let's look at the tarot. If you're feeling an imbalance at any part of your life here and a struggle to juggle, it's a part of this. The Magician card is coming to let you know that you can reincorporate this at any time of your life. Actually, that it may be in shadow right now, but it wouldn't take very much to bring it back to the surface and incorporate it into your daily routines, your views of self, your actions through life, the steps that you take. It wouldn't take very much, because you're a powerful magician and a powerful manifester, and you can make anything happen. So some piece of you that you rejected when something didn't work out can be rebalanced into your life quite easily. But a part of it's going to need to come from realizing that you are a master of something in a certain aspect, that you're a master. And maybe this is a past life mastery of something, and the frustration of not immediately having success in something that maybe deep, deep, deep in your soul that you should be a master of, has kept you feeling as though it's either perfection or nothing. You could be a perfectionist in this, and that's a part of where this rejection is coming from, especially with that Magician card. It's like you feel as though you must be perfect in this in order to maintain and continue it. But with the Balancing card, it's almost saying like it doesn't really matter about the perfection, because it's a part of your soul. It's a part of your soul's journey. It's a part of your soul's expression. And it doesn't matter if the external world celebrates this. What matters more is that you celebrate this. So you don't even need to, necessarily share this with the world, although I am getting that feeling as though that's a possibility. But the point is, you're not even sharing it with yourself. It's in shadow. It's not even seen by you. And so who cares if the world sees it? You deserve to see the brilliance of yourself, and to incorporate the brilliance of yourself into your day-to-day existence, and to use the brilliance of who you are as a expression of self, and to flowing through from you that you're worth feeling proud over. You don't have to tell a soul about your talents, but you can cherish them and practice them and do them for yourself. You don't have to show anybody. You don't have to show anyone. Make it for you and never show anybody. That's fine. But who knows, if you make it for you and it's there and it's made, you may decide you want to show people, but make it for you first. You have the strength card, so I think that there's a journey coming to feel stronger in yourself in order to express this version of you again. That strength is there. With the magician and the strength, you have the power to make this, to create this, to flow with this. The Queen of Pentacles, she is open to manifestation. She's abundant, and she shares her abundance with others. And so there is a huge aspect here of sharing your gifts with other people. But if other people have burned you, and that's a part of where this is coming from, there's no shame in going off on your own for a while and doing this for you, but at least do it for you. But there's an important aspect here that if you can't do it for you and you feel as though you would do it for others, if you knew that it would be so impactful and important, there is a message here to let you know that it would be impactful and important for others to hear this, and others do need to hear this. If you want to share it, that them experiencing this, others experiencing your gifts, would be impactful on them. It would mean something, and you would change lives. That you yourself have the power to change lives. You do. It's that important. It's that beautiful. It's that impactful. It's that wonderful. And it is that worth showing and sharing and exploring. Even if it's just for yourself, but especially if you decide sometime to share it with other people. With the Two of Wands, it's an open book. The future is an open book. So don't feel like if something didn't work, even if this is like a talent from 30 years ago, nobody's telling you what tomorrow looks like. You could pick it right back up today and tomorrow be on stage. It's not necessarily a stage, but man, use that stage as a metaphor. But it could literally be on stage. You could pick this right back up and boom, there you are. And boom, there you are, impacting people. It wouldn't take very much. It really wouldn't. It just takes you having the courage and the strength to get back out there, and boom, fire. You're lighting a fire under you, and there it is. It goes and it goes, and wow. Right? It won't take very much. Trust me, it won't. Because here, look, the Wheel of Fortune. Fortune's on your side. This is not only is this a part of your soul, this is like your soul's path. This is your soul's journey. The universe is on your side here. This is you expressing this is the universe expressing itself through you. The universe is an expression of itself when you practice your gifts. And it's a joy for the universe, for the world, for everyone when you do so. So everything is aligned to move you in that direction. It's just going to take you taking the steps to walk there, but it's here. It's here, and it's time, and it's opening. This is a part of your soul that needs to be here. Six of Cups, happy memories from childhood. Pick it back up. Pick it back up. It's a part of you. And maybe it was a part of your journey all along to let it go for a while. So it doesn't have to be sadness that you've lost it. It could be joy that you find it again. And a joy that you can do it again. Last card, 10 of Wands, is burdens. So it's time to put down the burdens that you're feeling. This idea that it's too much, that you're too much, that you can't do it, that it won't happen. It doesn't matter. Just find the childhood happiness version of it again, because that's the part that really matters. That's the part that's so impactful. That's the part that really makes it happen. And at the end of the day, if you do that, you open yourself up to this ultimate freedom of expressing the joy and possibilities that are you and letting those flow towards infinity. So you really do have the power, the capability to pick this part back up and get back out there and to make something new happen. Like I said before, this doesn't have to be you redoing the idea that once was. This is you now experiencing a part of your soul that you gave up on accident or on purpose, but that is ready to come back, to flow forward, and to move through in a new direction. So anyway, pile number 2, I hope that that's helpful. That was a really powerful reading. And I hope that you incorporate this part of you back into your life, because it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it's ready to be here and be expressed, and could instantaneously be. This isn't locked so far that it's gone. This is just tomorrow you could get back out there. You have a very short amount of time left to enter into the drawing. So there's a drawing to win a free personal reading from me as a thank you to the 1,500 subscribers on this channel. You can find a link to that in the description section to my website, www.junodrome.com, where you can enter into the drawing. I will be choosing the winner and announcing them on November 1st. So get into that as soon as possible. If you made it this far, consider giving this video a like. Those likes really do help the channel out. They help the algorithm know to send this to more people. And finally, consider giving a comment as well. The comments and the discussions in the comment section can help other people find this video too. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. And other than that, thank you so much for being here. I will catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hey there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be a reading from your shadow self. So your shadow self is simply the parts of yourself that are stuck in your subconscious. There are aspects of you and who you are that you don't want to look at. We all have them. It's super easy to just ignore things, push things aside, brush things down. So this is going to be a reading getting back into contact with this aspect of self that may be lost in your subconscious. You chose the card with the moon, and on the back it says, "Trust in dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity." So an aspect of this part of your shadow is something that maybe you've dreamt about. Maybe this is a part of yourself that is stuck in the dream realm, that comes out, a part of you that only comes out in your dreams, and is coming to you today to communicate something deeply important and impactful. So let's find out what that is. We're going to take a look at the oracle cards and the tarot first and go from there. We're going to take a look at the oracles first to get a better picture of the themes in the reading, and then we'll look at the tarot and get some final thoughts. So from oracles, you have teaching in the shamanic healing oracle and abundance from the angel oracle. So interesting. There is a part of you that only comes out in your dreams that is a teacher. Interesting. What does that even mean? Oh, so this aspect of you that is your shadow. Okay. It's something that it's an aspect of you that is trying to teach you an important lesson. It's trying to teach you about the abundance that is all around you and the possibilities that exist that you're not seeing. That it's almost your abundance is being put in shadow. And there are deeply important messages in your dreams that are going to help you unlock this. So I highly recommend to start keeping a dream journal. Even, my dream journal, it's a little sporadic, which is fine. It can be sporadic. But I have my phone, I have a note in my phone that I just put the dreams on every time I wake up and think about it. And one thing you can do is set an intention before you go to bed, particularly even if it's just tonight. So before you go to bed tonight, I challenge you to set an intention where you say, okay, it is my intention tonight to remember my dreams and to write my dreams down as soon as I wake up. If you set that intention, it will be there as soon as you wake up. You'll be like, oh yeah, I remember. Now, actually listening to that once you wake up, that's another part of the battle there. That's tends to be where I ran into this, but start doing it. Start setting that intention, because I guarantee there are deeply important symbols here that will open you up to your abundance, particularly if you feel blocked from your abundance. A part of that blockage is because there's some deep things in the shadow self that are locked in that need to be opened up. And so it's like you got to get to the root of yourself to learn who you are, what you need, what's going on, and maybe learn about some challenges that exist within you. You know, the moon card in general in the tarot, it's all about not being able to see the path forward usually. Now, the thing about the moon is you can still see a few steps ahead of you. You're just not seeing everything. And so a part of this view that could be opened up, it's almost like, it's interesting. It's like the shadow self here for you. This is a different kind of reading than the other shadows readings I've done. This one is a little bit more like your subconscious mind in general has more answers about the path forward for you than your conscious mind. And it really does want to share this with you, and it wants to share it with you directly. And that's where the dreams come in, because it's going to give you symbols. Your subconscious will give you the right symbols that you need to open you up to an understanding that you need, that you're looking for. And that once you open yourself up to this understanding, you'll be able to understand things so much better and be able to flow in a direction that you need towards this abundance. Let's look at the tarot. You have the Fool. So there's a new journey coming to you. There's a new beginning opening to you. And it's unknown currently what direction you want to go, what direction is best for you. I don't think you know. And so the moon card here being here is kind of encouraging you to take the first step. If you don't understand the full pathway forward, that's okay. That one step at a time will take you to exactly where you need to go. Abundance in the dream space. Definitely in the dream space. 9 of Wands. There could be self-limiting belief here holding you back from abundance as well. And that's a part of where the shadow self is coming in here finally. So a part of you that's in shadow is a part of you doesn't quite believe that things will work out. That maybe you've been through one too many situations where things haven't worked out. That now it's an expectation of yours. That you're expecting things not to work out. And the Fool's coming in to tell you that there's actually a new way forward for you. And it's probably going to take changing that mindset and moving out of thinking that the other shoe is going to drop, that things aren't going to be okay, that even when things are good, it just means that something bad is about to happen. That thought process is something that is ready to leave your life, but it's not necessarily something that's going to be easy to do. And so that's a part of where the dream space comes in to let you know that your subconscious mind kind of has a plan on how to get out of this. And it wants to share it with you directly, but it needs your conscious mind to be open-minded enough to change. And that's a difficult thing to do. And so that's a part of where the Fool's coming in, is it's like giving you this new beginning energy to say, hey, we don't have to do things the way that we've done them. We can change things. We can do things differently. There's no supposed to's in life. We can always make things different, always make movements if we need to, always change things around. And so there's an opportunity here to do that. But it's going to take needing to talk to the subconscious, and the easiest, clearest way to talk for the subconscious to talk to us directly is in the dream space. That's where our subconscious acts. And so really I can't recommend it enough. Tonight specifically, tonight specifically, you will be getting powerful and impactful messages in your dream space. So please pay attention to them and write them down. Set the intention before you go to bed. I will remember my dreams. I will write them down. And once you do that, tomorrow morning, when you wake up, there will be deeply impactful messages from your subconscious that can help unlock this abundance for you. It's there. 2 more cards. I think as soon as you do this, the pathway forward will become very clear, and you'll start moving very swiftly through this energy. There will be very fast movement towards this. So it's coming in really quickly here. It's just a matter of you accepting what's happening, accepting where you are, taking the path that is being open to you and moving in that direction. Your last card is a Page of Wands. Yeah, so it's following your inspiration and finally following inspired action. But in order to get there, there's a change of mind and a change of heart that needs to take place. And so there does need to be some work on working through that to get to this new beginning energy. But I think as soon as you figure out how to do that the best way, as soon as you do that and make those moves, it's going to happen so quickly. And you're going to be surprised by how quickly you're catapulting in that direction and opening yourself up to the unlimited possibilities that are surrounding you here. So anyway, pile number 3, that's my reading. Do that dream work, honestly, because I think that dream work is going to help you in a really, really impactful way that is unexpected, but maybe will lead you in a direction that you never knew you needed to go, but will be really incredible for you in the long run. So anyway, if you would like to win a free private reading from me, you have just a few more days to do so. If you go to my website, www.junodrome.com, a link in the description for that, you can find a drawing, enter the drawing to win a free personal reading. I'm choosing the winners on November 1st and submitting a video on here on November 1st. So if you're watching this before the 1st, you have time. If not, you may have missed it, but that's okay. Check that out. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. Subscribers really do help us out. We're a growing channel. It's small but steady growth, and I love it. Every single person who subscribed to this channel, I'm so deeply grateful and thankful. Thank you for being with me on this journey. I'm excited for the growth to continue and to see where we go. If you have made it this far, consider giving this video a like. Those likes really do help the algorithm know that this is worth seeing, and it will help send to more people. So that's very helpful if you do so. Thank you so much. And finally, go ahead and give this video a comment as well. If we can start commenting and having discussions with each other in the comment section, that also helps for growth. So thank you so much. I appreciate all that you do, and I will catch you in the next reading. Goodbye.